Welcome to ATB. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti. Peter, just the two of us this week. Our special guest is couldn't get out of quarantine in time.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether he's locked away or locked in quarantine. He's not letting on, but that's Lindsay Smith, who a fortnight ago went back to his Perth base, and they got really strict quarantine protocols over there. And yeah, he was supposedly meant to be out today, but they have to do a test and get the all clear before they're out. So you wouldn't think you're going to pick up COVID when you're in a room by yourself, but anyway, they've got strict regulations over there, and we're going to get him next week. He doesn't have a choice.
Our backup man couldn't do it either.
At Donald, trying to beat us in the last race at Donald with Madam Mischief. Mitch Freedman's got a runner there.
All right, well, we'll tune in now. David Eustace, we had a lot of positive feedback about him last week. It was interesting, Pete, because I was outside working and my phone went into meltdown and I'm thinking, what's going on? And it took me a while to twig that obviously his one and only tip for the week had won.
Yep.
And I think it was $8 when he tipped it, paid $6. And there was a lot of happy people out there. And yeah, big thanks to David, and a lot of owners cashed in. And you've been in contact with him again.
Yeah, well, I was a bit the same. I had messages from Alice Springs to Launceston, so we need to get that bloke on every week. But Dave has been kind to send those through. He couldn't split How Romantic. He couldn't split it or Junipal. They're 270 and 240, so they're right in the market. He said you can back either or Multium. Go for your life, he said. So there we go.
Oh, well, we'll see see if they still want his tips after tomorrow.
That's it.
All right, let's go through last week's runners, Pete. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, just firstly, we had big response on the whole. I think it was 600 odd views. Tuned into Dave Eustace, and that's been successful following on from Pat Ryan and Matt Kamani. So they've been popular segments, and we'll get it all back on the rail again next week with Lindsay Smith.
Perfect.
Runners, Gamay, Caulfield, beaten less than 3 lengths. I think she finished 8th or 9th, but she pulled up sound after it, and it's probably the perfect pipe opener.
Yeah, good first up there at Caulfield, I thought. 3 back to fence, which I thought we'd end up, and I thought she finished off good, a little bit in clear air, but I think she'll be something to watch third up, Pete.
Yeah, I agree. Always at barrier, she wasn't probably going to get a lot of clear air, but she still worked to the line nicely, which was good. Our next 3 runners, Darren, we talk about don't get us smiling too much. We headed to Caston with Minatory. Cut the long story short, ended up with shin soreness, 4-year-old. You might like to explain.
Well, I must say, watching the race, I thought he'd broken down, to be honest. He was travelling there 3 wide. I think Johnny Allen was on him, travelling nice, peeled out, and I thought, oh, well, he's going to run up to his trial and he's going to finish in the top 4 here. But as soon as I thought that, he just stopped and tailed off last. So I thought he'd broken, and I must say I was really relieved to hear the next day when Pat said that he's very shin sore. Now that's just shows us that, you know, he's a horse that hasn't done a lot of work in his life. This is only his first full prep. He's had a couple of minor preps, and this is his first full one. So he just doesn't have that concussion in his bones, and he just, you know, he's just saying he's not ready. He's not seasoned enough, and he'll have the 6 to 8 weeks off, and we'll try him again. But the pleasing thing was that he showed plenty in his trials, and whilst it was disappointing on race day, I think he's capable of winning a few races next time in.
Yeah, horses in and around him in his trials all ran well. So, yeah, there's hope going forward, and just having that prep under him will help furnish him out. Wednesday, we had an Irishman who, again, didn't have much luck. He was 3 wide, but he sort of travelled up mid-race and then probably from the 500 we knew we were in trouble, and he tailed out. But there's a story behind all that now in the end.
Yeah, well, another one that was in the betting, had trialled up well at Ballarat and Caulfield. We didn't think he could win first up, 1400, but he's a 2,000 metre horse. He'd had one start last year and won. So he was 1 for 1, and we just assumed he'd be in top 4. But post-race, Johnny Allen said he had a really big blow, and he wasn't really worried about the racing side of it. He was worried about the girl side of it. So the stable have come back to recommend that he must be gelded to go on with. So we're just waiting for the owners to sign that off. You can geld them and keep them going. So you'll probably maybe only miss 4 weeks.
Yeah. Today, as we sit here, and not less than an hour ago, Hasniaki at Donald. We thought pre-race she ticked a few boxes in terms of she ran well there last start, blinkers on, firmer track, back in trip. All looked good to the 400. She ended up running last.
Yeah, well, that'll be her last run for us, I'm sure. We were pretty close to letting her go after last run, but there was just a few questions whether she handled the wet, whether she ran the 1600, and we wanted to try her in blinkers. But we got all that today. We got the firmer track. We got it back to 14, put the blinkers on. If she was going to do anything, she would have done it today.
Yeah.
She hasn't. So I'm pretty sure we'll be contacting the owners with a view that we believe we should move her on. I don't think Paul will want to continue with her, and rightly so. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Last prep, first up, she was really good, but she just hasn't shown anything like that since, really. Maybe a couple of trials were okay. Maybe there was one pass. First up run wasn't too bad, but yeah, just doesn't appear that she's going to cut the mustard, unfortunately. So, there's no point racing her on.
No, that's it. About 10 minutes from when we speak, we've got Sunburnt running in a 1,354 metre, funny distances, 1,354 metre, benchmark 58. Dean Holland on from a good gate. She's about 450 in the market. Last start to Chura winner. A lot of pace in the race, and the stable give her a good chance.
Yeah, I spoke to Mick Kent Jr. last night. He was very upbeat about it. He's really pleased that finally we can get her out to her distance that she's bred to run. Previously, we've had to keep her to the sprint distances because she was over racing and she had a high head carriage. But she seems to be improving with racing, and he's pretty happy to get her out. He was really pleased she drew 3 and that there is a lot of pace in the race. So she can settle a little bit off them and hopefully attack the line. It's not an easy race. I think Karen Maher's got one in there that's pretty sharp. So it'll run well. But if she happens to win today, we would certainly look at giving her an opportunity to race in Adelaide.
Yeah. They popped a nose roll on just to help her head carriage. So little tinkering.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. No, she should run well. Later on in the program at 4:30, we've got Madam Mischief first up in a 1,000-metre race. Again, there's a fair bit of speed in this race, but she's drawn well, and look, it's hard to see anything lead her. It's how fit she is or how close she is to the mark. Neil Farley stays on, who knows her well, rides her in track work, so she's $2.40 chance. You just expect her to run well on the back of her trial and her previous form.
Yeah, well, we'll remember from last year as a 2-year-old, she jumped out and led by 4 or 5 and won easily. She's a difficult beast. She's not the most friendly horse around. She'd buck you off as quick as look at you. So the jockey will have to be on his toes. She's a hard horse to train, but she wants to win. She's got the right attitude. 240 for me first up over 1,000's a bit short, I would have thought. But if she runs after that first start, she'll run. She'll be hard to hold out. But I just don't know. I'll take her on or whether they'll let her run and hope she stops. And we hope.
Yeah, that's my worry. It's just that you can get some cowboys out in the bush, Darren. They might just want to take her on. But anyway. She's left alone. She'll be right there to the finish. Nothing on Saturday. Sunday we've potentially got 4 runners at Geelong.
Right.
Which would be a nice little trip down the road for a lad to go, but unfortunately we still aren't.
No, I suppose we'll find out on Sunday what Father's Day it is, isn't it? Sunday?
Is it? Seems to be every day. Every day in this house is Father's Day at the moment.
You'll have a few knocking on the front door.
Yeah, righto. We better kick off with the debutante, Crackerjack King, Crackerjack Prince with Archie Alexander. Move on quickly. 1,400 metres, Declan Bates. Drawn wide, but just listening to Archie's pre-race, we just need to go there, ride him so he can run on, wherever that is. If he can beat half the field home, he'd be happy.
Well, he's bred to stay. He's first up over a short distance. And, we just want to see him hitting the line, as you say.
Yep. Collectibles in a 2,200 metre 64. Robbie Griffiths' pre-race just come out. Also accepted at Maui, but his preference is to go to Geelong. Well, the main reason, the better track. Noel Callow's on. It just makes sense to go there. Geelong, Maui, it's almost chalk and cheese in terms of the straight. She just needs a firm track.
I wouldn't have thought she'd handle Maui. It's not known for a get-back run on.
No.
But she's ready to win, isn't she? Her runs have been good. She got on a really heavy track last time, and she's ready. She's ready to put her first foot forward.
Yep, no, I agree. Mr. Callow won't miss her. Yeah, for sure. Serious deal. I've never known a horse to draw bad barriers. He's drawn 14 again. So Matt Kamani thought, I better accept at Wangaratta on the Monday, and he drew 18. And I think he's about fifth emergency. So I don't know 100% sure what Matt's going to do, but I think I'd nearly roll the dice and go to Geelong. Fred Kersley on 1,700 probably suits better than 2,000, but Matt's got a bit of thinking to do over the next 24 hours.
I would have thought it'd be no-brainer.
Yeah.
Suits on pace runners. 1,700's pretty good.
Yep.
I'm not sure how this audio is coming through, Pete. The internet's not real good today, is it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm hearing you fine. So it should be okay. Be a few little tweaks from the editors. Be a bit of tape on the floor at the end of it.
All right. But I think he's a very honest, consistent horse, that horse, and 1,700 seems to be his right distance. So
yeah.
I'm sure it'll run well wherever he takes him.
I agree. And Mr. Moneybags rounds out our 4 runners. Second up over 1,200. Callow on again, gate 2. He's going to need this. Obviously, Robbie's projected out the plans for this horse, which culminates in a crack at a $500,000 race on Oaks Day at Flemington. I think it's a Country Cup Mile or something like that, I think it's titled. So everything in the lead-up builds up towards that, and they'll be too sharp over 1,200, but expect him to be hitting the line.
I'm not 100% clear on the conditions to run in that country race, but I'm certain you have to have earned points in the country, hence why he's going to Geelong. Obviously, he'd be normally a Caulfield or Flemington city horse, because I was a bit surprised when I saw him at Geelong, but I understand now that, given what he's trying to do and get him to that $500,000 race, he does need to have so many runs in the country.
Yeah.
Make him eligible for that series.
Yep. No, that's it. And obviously we're at the early stage of his prep after a break and injury that we just need to get the miles into his legs. So it all builds towards that race, which is roughly 2 months away.
So
that's it.
I said they're behind the gates, Pete. They're behind the gates.
Well, we can watch this while we're here, I suppose, can we?
Yeah, well, what are they? 1 minute out. So is that all our runners that you know of coming forward?
Yeah, that's all. Obviously, Wangaratta was maybe serious deal, but I'm thinking Geelong. Maui was maybe collectible, but I'm thinking Geelong. And then Wednesday at Sandown, no nominations. Connery obviously coming back off that abscess. That was sort of maybe where you'd see him, but obviously going to wait another week or two with him. And all the others, a few others, just sort of, again, like the ones with Daniel Capriccio and all those are in the pipeline to run probably at the back end of next week.
Yeah, all right. Now, generally, we've got an owner out there, Pete, on Sunday is going to celebrate his 90th birthday. Jeff Baker, happy birthday.
Yeah, on you, Jeff. 10 more, you can raise the bat, Darren, with 100.
So, you get a letter from the Queen, I think, don't they?
Yeah, you do too. We had someone in Beckside actually raised the bat about 3 months ago and got a letter from the Queen and had to celebrate in COVID style where all the family were on the nature strip. She was actually on her balcony like the Queen and waving to them. You could only one person at a time could go and say hello to her. Strange times.
Big effort, congratulations, been a fantastic owner since we've had him, and just great people to race horses with, and I hope you have a great day. It's a shame the whole family can't get together for you. They're about to jump here, Pete, so they're all in the gates.
You got to call
it. I don't know. No, I'm not going to call it. I'll tell you what's going to happen. That's a shame we can't put the vision up. They're racing, Pete.
I'll get my phone going here.
Settled third. She settled third. They're not going that hard by the looks of it. Might be back to fourth, 1-1. Still got to head up a bit, even though she's got the nose roll on there. She's probably 3 lengths off the lead. Just cuddling her ears. No, can't see that. Can't see it.
Can't see it? All right.
Oh, now you can. Oh, yeah, put it back. You nearly had it. Just away from the light glare. Yep, she's sitting fourth on the inside. Still got her head up. Wants to go quicker. How are we travelling here? Got no idea who's in front. Where's the favourite? Favourite's behind us, I think. There's a $12 chance in front.
I can't even see where we are.
Yeah, we're fourth on the fence. Mars is sitting outside us, which is the favourite. It's about to go around. It's holding us in. We're probably going better than it at the minute. Or as well, anyway.
We got off the fence
They're
here.
coming together, those two. We've pushed the favourite out. But I can't really tell. How are we going here, Pete? Are we in front?
No, you're...
Well, Mars. No, we're getting there. Are we going to win this? Come on, Elphys. Yeah, let's go. Mars has dropped off. Come on.
My vision is a
thing down the outside bloused us, and we've struggled there to run fifth, probably beating the length.
And my vision's about 20 seconds behind. As you can see.
Just didn't put them away there. Just whacked to the line, I thought, Pete.
Yeah.
The thing on the outside really charged.
What's...
Yeah, she didn't get... She ended up fifth there.
She was there to win or run second. She was just a bit, well, not plain. She just held her ground.
Just the last 50 metres, she just plugged away there.
I just wonder if she went 11 to nearly 1,400. She'd be better for it.
Yeah, the one on the outside just cleaned them up. And then you throw a blanket over the others.
Yeah.
There's another horse. Oh, yeah, there's a horse there, yeah.
She's sort of
run fourth, beating ahead for second, probably.
Length all up. Maybe just at 11 out to 1,400. Just might have just grabbed her late.
Be interesting to see what the jockey says afterwards, but yeah, she was presented to win if she was good enough.
Yeah, I agree. Oh well, it's all up to Madam Mischief in the last. They got tight. No, they got tight late, didn't they?
It didn't make any difference, but she was there to put them away, but it didn't happen.
Even effort, not a disgraced effort.
No, she's around the money, but she's just battling there. Yeah, maybe she needed that over 14. Maybe she doesn't run the 14. I'm not sure, but she's bred to run the 14. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and see. 2 foals overnight, Pete. Savababe had a lovely Dandino Bay colt. I don't know if you've got some vision there. You can pop up.
I can pop it up at the end of this. Yep.
And then there was just a photo of the Camelot colt that was born over in Ireland overnight out of Mrs. Bannock. So.
Yep.
Very, very pleased to get a nice Camelot colt. That staying couldn't be going any better in worldwide or Australia at the moment. So hopefully he's a good type, but we'll no doubt see some more photos. He was only just born earlier this morning when I got up, so we'll have a look at some photos of him later on. But I think I just looked at the list over the next Where are we today? The 4th of September. Over the next 4 weeks, I would say there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 foals due over the next 4 weeks.
Plenty of reading material in the maternity ward.
I noticed this morning we've got quite a few in the maternity ward that started, so that the dry mares will be all up for presentation very shortly.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, you'll be happy in a month.
I think we'll all be glad to see around about the middle of October, and then it sort of tapers off.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be pleased to see the middle of October. All right. Well, do you have anything else, Pete? I don't have anything else.
No, nothing else.
We'll talk to Lindsay next week about a new horse that's going down there, Cracksman, and the Inglis online catalogue comes out today, so I'm sure you'll be scouring through it looking for the next one.
I've put in about an hour already. Unfortunately, not too much grabbing straight away, but we might wait.
Out, is it?
Yeah, it's only just come out, and I think your expert eye over it might be needed, but there's certainly nothing that jumped out at me like Cracksman. I actually even looked for that owner to have more in the sales, but he didn't. Anyway, we'll see.
All right, well, until next week, have a great weekend, everyone. We're all hanging on for bated breath to your uncle, Daniel Andrews, to make his announcement on Sunday, Pete. So we'll look forward to that. And there's a bit of giggling going on behind me in the office here with the two girls, referring, they weren't aware that your uncle was Daniel Andrews.
Uncle Dan. No, I'm just waiting on Cousin Dave's multi to get up.
All right. Well, don't forget to put that bet on. Well, until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti. Have a great weekend.
I knew as soon as I stopped the video to get up. Quite a good size. It's in good condition. There you go. Got a bit of a shot. Nice white head. Hello. Where's the drink machine? Where's the milk bar? Straight to the milk bar. She's a good mum. She's going to push it around there. Make sure it's on the other side to me so she can protect it. And there it is, having a drink. Which you can't really see. I'm not going to go in there because I don't want to upset them. But I'll come back later this arvo and get you some. I can hear it gurgling. It's drinking that hard. She's got tons of milk.